Welcome back inside Domo de la Feria. It is Championship Sunday. First up, the bronze medal game between Puerto Rico and Canada here in Leon, Mexico. Welcome inside. I'm Despina Barton, alongside Javon Shepard, the former Canadian national team member. His team from his host country, home country there, Canada here, going to battle against Puerto Rico to podium, something they missed back in 2021. Canada, though, already delivering a victory against this Puerto Rican squad just a few days ago. Can they do it again, Javon?
You know what, I think first of all, you've got to just wash away all the emotions from yesterday, right? That's one thing that this game is an emotional roller coaster, the highs and lows. Some would say that this team was, after watching some of the teams in the tournament, expected to win or be in the finals with Brazil. So you wash away yesterday. You come out today, you play with fire, you play with passion, you play like a team that has a DNA, right? And yesterday we kind of seen a couple of the ladies freeze up in, on a big stage, big moment. And today's a different day. So yes, I believe they can come out and, be the team that's leading the tourney in points for, right? Be the team that's one of the biggest pressure teams in the tournament. So they just got to come out and just be themselves. As far as for Puerto Rico, play with your hearts. Without Guathmi right now, and you look what they did yesterday. O'Neal, Garantes, and Benitez combined for 54 points of the 74 points. They've got to go out one more time and compete with passion, compete with their heart.
Canada is the visiting team today. They fell to USA by 4, 67-63 late last night. And the host nation will be Puerto Rico, who fell to Brazil by 11. And like Javon said, they didn't have Guathmi the entire contest. And now these two teams will compete to secure a podium finish, a bronze medal here in Leon, Mexico. As Puerto Rico takes the court, they earned the silver medal in 2021. But this group came together on the fly. No training camp. They did all of their planning and preparation here in Mexico. Puerto Rico's lone losses came at the hands of Canada and Brazil. Meanwhile, Canada's lone loss came at the hands of Team USA. And before we get started here, we will stand for the national anthems, first for the visiting team in Canada. And now for the home team, Puerto Rico. So these teams will shake it up at midcourt. Game number 2 between Canada and Puerto Rico. They first met in the group play. Coach Batista and La Peña, very familiar with one another. If we're looking at the numbers, Javon, it is Canada that has straight up owned the series against Puerto Rico. They've won 11 of their last 12 meetings against Puerto Rico. A look here at the officiating crew for tonight's contest. Argentina, Mexico, Chile, all represented. The last victory and only victory for Puerto Rico over Canada came in 2021 in the semifinal game at the Women's FIBA AmeriCup. Here's a look at the starting crew for Team Canada, sticking with a lot of consistency. Shea Colley, Prosper, Alexander, Fields, and Edwards. Alexander, Fields, and Edwards, along with Colley, have been in the starting rotation for Canada since day one. They are led by Victor La Peña, who took over for longtime head coach Lisa Tomaitis back in 2021. Deep breaths for Coach La Peña. He said yesterday after the loss to USA, he said, these next few hours, I hope we forget this game because we got to recover really quickly. It's important to finish and earn a bronze because we deserve it. On the other side of the court, Puerto Rico, and look at their starting 5. Rosado, Hollingshed, Garantes, Pagan, and Benitez. Pagan getting her second straight start into this Puerto Rico squad, while Jasmine Guathmi is out. She is no longer here in León, Mexico. Had her knee checked out, and the health staff said you should rest, and so she flew home earlier today. So Coach Jerry Batista down to 11 on his bench. He's led Puerto Rico since 2014, and he's instituted a new attitude shift and provided some consistent leadership for this growing Caribbean nation and their success here on the international stage. Canada and Puerto Rico, both teams we saw in the World Cup, both teams we saw at the Olympics. Here, going to go toe-to-toe, Javon.
And you know, going to go toe-to-toe, and it's funny because I started my research this morning, and I know you mentioned a couple numbers, and I stopped myself midway through, and I said, what are we doing right now? We're playing for a medal. You know, all these numbers and everything that these teams have done up onto this point mean absolutely nothing. You go out here, and when that ball's tossed up, right, you lay it all on the line because it's an opportunity. You're playing for a bronze medal, right? So this is a completely different beast altogether, and nothing else matters up until this point. It's heart, it's hustle, and you leave it to the coaches to have in-game adjustments, right? Both teams have their game plan set already. They have their offensive packages. They have their defensive sets, defensive assignments, and, you know, style of play or brand of play. But right now, it's, you know, there's no numbers that are going to justify anything. You can't look on paper and say who's supposed to win this or who's expected to win this. It's about who's going to want it more and who understands that you're coming out here and playing with passion, and you're playing for your country, and you're playing for a bronze medal for your country, right? This is something special.
The goal is to go out on the podium. Both of these teams, Canada and Puerto Rico, have a chance to seal a spot in that bronze medal here at the FIBA Women's AmeriCup. However, they both will have to reach the pre-qual tournament and their journey just a little bit further away to reach those Paris 2024 Olympics. So getting ready to jump in the circle, we have Kayla Alexander, the captain for Canada, and Maya Hollingshed, the 23-year-old power forward for Puerto Rico. And Hollingshed gets the tip. Fields tracks it down, so Canada will get the first possession. And Colley last night, we saw her foul out in the fourth quarter against USA. A critical loss there down the stretch for Canada. Edwards with the ball, block, passes it back out to Alexander. A miss there from the free throw line. Garante's leading the entire tournament in scoring. Pagan with the ball. We'll get it back to Garantes. Fields guarding her tightly. Will create, try to get something off.
That's good defense, tough defense. You know she's a 3-level scorer, like you mentioned, leading the tournament in scoring. You got to be right on her.
Alexander on the block, going at Hollingshed. A miss. Own rebound. Another take. This one's good.
That's one thing she can do, right? She can get on them boards, and she'll get you another bucket, another opportunity.
Benitez being guarded by Prosper here. We saw her hit 3-4 three-pointers yesterday. Rosado take to the rack. That one's good. Banks open on a Sunday.
That's a great stop by Rosado on a dime, right? Because you know that Prosper was recovering. The closer she got to the basket, more likely she's going to get blocked.
Edwards taking on the left. A miss. Garantes with the board. Garantes last played with the Seattle Storm in the WNBA. Off the screen, take up to the right, and one.
That's a tough take. Coming off the screen there, and as soon as she hits the screen, she changes pace and gets downhill, gets right in front of Carly here, and takes the contact, finishes, extends with the right hand. But just that ability and the awareness that, okay, I hit the screen, I got the advantage, now I'm gonna, get into my third gear and get myself to the basket.
Three-point play complete. She's averaging 19.3 here in this tournament. It's day 9, so these teams have played 7 games in 9 days. Prosper, the 18-year-old for Canada, finding a lot of consistency here as the youngster for this team. Kali, 3, pull up, good.
That's tough. And it's good to see a shot go down early for her, just so that she can feel rhythm, feel the confidence, and get to stay aggressive and assertive early.
Hollingshed to Garantes. Pagan will roll. Behind the back, Garantes gives it to Pagan. And a reset here for Puerto Rico. 2 seconds to shoot. Rosado pass taken away. Kali on the run. Laying on the right, misses. Transition game now for Puerto Rico. Garantes has Edwards in front of her. She'll drive baseline and step out of bounds.
She's looking a little confused on the baseline there, but I'm telling you, that's probably the best of 2 evos. There you see the jab step 3, because she had the hook on Edwards on the baseline. There could have been an offensive foul.
Canada, by the way, the highest scoring team in this competition, also the best offensive rebounding team. Pass intended there for Prosper. There's a couple red jerseys in her way. Edwards, mid-range jumper. And a whistle going against Puerto Rico. Looks like Hollingshed gonna pick up her first personal.
You mentioned Canada being best offensive rebounding team in the tournament. A big part of that is, you look at the position that Alexander has right here, and Hollingshed is forced to foul her, but if not, right, she's right in the position there for the offensive rebound and a putback.
Alexander back to work on the block.
And there we go. She needed 2 more and an opportunity for 2 at the free throw line off the same possession.
A quick substitution here for Canada. Prosper steps off. Aisling Koenig on the floor now for Canada. And we're looking at Alexander, the 32-year-old captain, on the free throw line for Canada. Coming off a 17.9 rebound performance against USA last night. Two for 2 for Alexander. Field staying on Garantes. Ball won't drop in. Kali, the push forward. Koenig in the corner. 3-ball. Pops in and out. Edwards there for the putback. And Rosado with the ball for Puerto Rico. Benitez, 3-ball. Can we get it going? No. Kali, right at Rosado, taking the right lane like a captain.
Great take there and a great clear out by Alexander. That second defender there just couldn't get around because she pinned her in. But a strong take, aggressive take.
Garantes looking for some help. Hollingshed, wing 3. That will go. 3 for Puerto Rico.
Good shot. Great relocation, got her feet set, and teed it up quick.
Koenig now off the curl. Back to Kali. She gets it back on the wing. Alexander, a little high-low and knocked away. Hollingshed there. Hollingshed driving at Edwards, spins, takes it in. A miss. Pagan gets the rebound right into Kali's hand. She coughs it up. Koenig on the left, misses. Kali there, but no basket.
Ooh.
Offensive.
Ooh. Oh. You see the attack here, and Alexander screening in. Pagan, Coley, nice finish. Relocation, feet set, 3 down.
So the last foul called on Kayla Alexander. And we'll see some early substitutions here. Puerto Rico now has San Antonio running the point. And Sammy Hill with the push. 13 foul for Canada.
I'll take that foul, right? Because it just tells me Sammy Hill, she's checking into the game, but she's going to be aggressive. Understands the game that O'Neal had yesterday.
O'Neal with 5 to shoot. Will clear Hill. San Antonio now laying on the right.
Ooh, that's a nice scoop. That is a nice scoop.
Fields with the handles. Pullbacks out. Fields. Look at the gut. Edwards there. No putback. Last touched by Puerto Rico. Hill to Fields, baseline jumper. She'll get it to go.
Great execution. Screen to screener. Fields coming out on the backside, easy shot.
Satterfield finishes on the other end for Puerto Rico.
You've got to get back on defense, right? Defensive transition after made or missed bucket. Important. Great job by Satterfield getting out and getting ahead of the defense.
Koenig being guarded tightly here by San Antonio. That ball is turned over. And Coach LaPena clarifying things for Koenig here on the substitution. Another look at Satterfield's finish. A kickball here. This Puerto Rico squad has showed us that their composure down the stretch in some tight games is pretty remarkable. Edging out Colombia, Mexico, and Venezuela in very tight games. And the loss to Brazil in the semis was just by 11.
Yeah, I think it also helps when you have a feature player like Garantes that you can just put the ball in her hands and she can figure it out for herself. in tight situations and for her teammates.
Edwards, a miss from the free throw line. Fields has it in the corner. Here comes cutting Edwards. There, she'll get it.
That's a great cut. And great find, great patience by Fields to let the play develop.
Edwards' first field goal of the game. O'Neal with the ball. Little pump fake, Satterfield going up tough on the right. First three attempt for Koenig, and it's good. Koenig is clocked in. 2-point ball game, Canada in front. Satterfield off the dribble now, trying to create.
That's a nice little hesitation, cross back to the right. Got Ejim to bite on it. Just had her a bit out of balance recovering, right? So picked up the foul there. Here you see swinging the basketball. Koenig, shot ready. O'Neal, hands down. Shot goes up, easy money.
And Coach LaPena, again, getting the ear of his guard, while Caitlin Satterfield sets up on the free throw line. She's making her first national appearance with this Puerto Rico squad. Plays for Seton Hall University in New Jersey in the States. Coach Batista's played her a lot to bang down low against the teams that are much bigger than Puerto Rico.
I was about to say, for her debut, she's logged some heavy minutes.
Koenig driving left, kicks to Hill in the corner, 3-ball, that one drops.
That's just great basketball. Koenig comes off the screen, attacks the paint, collapses the defense on the strong side, and you get a kick out from Hill for three.
Canada activated from 3. O'Neal now with the long 2, will miss. But something we didn't see from Canada yesterday against Team USA was the lethal threat beyond the arc. Koenig now, opposite wing. Misses. Alexander's there for the rebound. And she goes out of bounds. Puerto Rico ball.
And if I'm Canada right now and Alexander's in the game, you're right. We hit a couple threes. I'm going to feel comfortable, and I'm going to have the ultimate green light because I know she's going to be down there to clean it up. Coach is going to have to pull me out.
San Antonio through traffic. Loose ball on the ground now. Canada scoops it. Ejim to Kali. Hill gives it back. One more pass in the corner. And back-to-back three-pointers for Sammy Hill, the veteran.
Great ball movement between Coley and Sammy Hill, forcing the defense to make a decision. You get Sammy with the 3 in the corner, and Alexander does a tremendous job of just running the floor, rim running there, and forcing the defense to make a decision with her as well.
Iselis Quinones driving, Dartmouth grad there, take on the left, and Alexander cleans the board. 38 seconds to go in the first. A kick ball as O'Neal stops the pass.
You see the back and forth game, and then Sammy Hill knocking it down.
Quick sub for Canada. Silas Swartz is on the floor now. Hill driving right. That pass intended for Ejim and San Antonio there. Except there was a whistle going against Iselis Quinones.
Late call, but the right call.
In fact, that's going to be against Caitlin Satterfield. Canada with the ball, 7-point lead. Colley with 8 seconds to shoot. San Antonio staying in her face. Another board. This one slipping out of the hands of Alexander. Benitez and Garantes back on the floor now for Puerto Rico. Quinones and Satterfield off.
Coach Bautista checking in some offense, some instant offense here.
And San Antonio checking out the clock here. We'll give it to O'Neal to bring up. Garantes driving left, right up Fields. And one. The flex.
She's so strong, right? Gets the ball, just starts her attack, has Fields on her, just placed right through the contact as if she's not even there, and gets the and one. 2+1.
So Garantes on the free throw line, and no doubt she has been the offensive leader for Team Puerto Rico. Even to qualify for this tournament, she led them to the Central Basket Championship. MVP, 24 points a game, 6.4 rebounds. Quinones will get it back, turns, shoots, a miss, and that will be the buzzer for the end of the first. Puerto Rico here, trailing by 5. Canada will head into the break here at the quarter with the lead.
Canada came out, and that three-point line opened things up for them in this first quarter here. You can just see Puerto Rico just starting to get a little rhythm here in the late in this first quarter. You know, coming out, I expect Garantes to have a big second quarter again. She got this and one opportunity here. Missed the free throw. But this is going to be a team that's not going to sit down, not going to let up.
Kayla Alexander just going to work early on the boards. You're right, Javon. If she's on the floor, I'm letting it fly too.
Let it absolutely fly, right? Feel comfortable. Like that one right there by Coley. You can see the transition attack and Alexander screening in the defense. Nice little lay, great pressure right off the layup. And Hollingshed, love when she spaces the floor and relocates, gets herself some easy shot scoring. She never demands the basketball. I feel like she could do a bit more, but she's always at the right place at the right time. San Antonio with a great scoop right there, nice touch. Coney opening up the floor again with the three. Penetration, kick out, Sammy Hill in the corner, knock it down. This last possession before the quarter ended here, Garantes just bully ball against Fields, gets herself to the free throw line and one.
If you haven't downloaded it yet, go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen. Make sure you have the Courtside 1891 app. That's where you can find all these games, highlights, schedules, scores, you name it. All the FIBA hoops you could dream of there on the Courtside 1891 app. Welcome back inside Domo de la Feria and Despina Barton alongside Javon Shepard. You're looking at Puerto Rico and Canada here. Bronze medal game at the FIBA Women's AmeriCup. The tournament's leading scorer on one side, and then the tournament's leading rebounder on the other. So Puerto Rico will start off with the possession. Benitez here to inbound. Rosado surveying here. Colley staying low. Pass nearly taken away. Pagan will roll. 7 to shoot. Turn around. Hollingshed, a miss. And the cleanup monster, Alexander, with another rebound. She's got 6 rebounds so far today. We'll set the screen. Fields will double dribble, though. In the meantime, just too much time, too much floor.
Too much time. You could just see once the ball was over half, they're a little confused and taking some time to get into their actual offensive set. And I had a coach that once told me the way the possession starts is really telling in how it's going to end.
Garantes picks up her dribble, so Rosado comes to help her out. The pass intended to Hollingshed on the top of the key. Fields with the steal, still has the ball. Going up coast to coast, a miss. Own rebound, no. Puerto Rico now out in front. Hollingshed, step up three, top of the key, that is money.
Yeah, walking three, right, that trail three, and Benitez does a great job finding Hollingshed walking into that three.
6 points for Hollingshed. Sword still on the floor for Canada here. Fields will draw her own three ball. And a one and done. Rosado here to Hollingshed. Little pump fake, change of speed, jump stop, a miss. Pagan with the rebound, Rosado flashing in the lane. Swartz driving baseline. The take, no good, but she'll find herself on the free throw line.
Strong take, strong take. Hollingshed here walking into this three. Alexander just a little too late. Too much real estate to recover. The shot's already up. Rotation's nice.
Pagan checking out. Roma on. We see Marissa Russell as well come on here for Canada. On the free throw line is a 17-year-old for Canada, Silas Swartz. You talk about this being a grown woman's game and the physicality and how different this international play is from college. You can't tell by the way Swartz has been playing.
No, and I think for her, how this is so important is what you said. She's 17 years old, and imagine she's attacking and getting to the paint and getting beat like that, getting bumped around like that. You know, she's going to have another 8, 10 years playing at this level, if not 20 years, and she's going to be acclimated to it at the age of 18, right? So think about that.
Roma here setting the screen, Garantes. Edwards picks her up. And an offensive foul against Puerto Rico. Sofia Roma picks up her first personal. Canada now, the 17-year-old with the ball. We saw Prosper get the start. That's their two youngsters. Little high-low attempt there. And Roma's going to pick up her second personal foul. Lots of questions here. Edwards, mid-range, a little flat. Alexander there to try to put it back. Marshall with the rebound. Excuse me, Russell with the rebound. Another look here as there was a scuffle to try and gain control, and a timeout is called. Canada calling timeout here.
We have to score our shot under the rim, right? It's important. Aliyah, line. Okay, bam. I love. You know, this is line. Okay? Now, in defense, you are okay. Just box out. You can help more. Use more your hand and be more in line of the pass. If you can touch some more, play back. Okay, hey, here.
Puerto Rico down by 4. Roma picking up 2 quick fouls here, so we will return. It'll be Canada ball. You're watching the bronze medal game here. Winner will podium. And Swords to inbound. Gets it right back. Driving baseline. Sees an open look. Kali gonna get 1 extra pass in here. Edwards to Swords, corner 3. Won't drop. Alexander though crashing the boards. A miss. Garantes quickly.
That's a great adjustment by Puerto Rico coming out of that timeout. Obviously Canada was looking to get a clean look. They switched and went 2-3 zone out of the timeout.
Russell with the steal. Pull up 2. And Roma sliding in for that rebound. Hollingshed, one-on-one on Alexander. She gets the bucket on the left side.
Hollingshed did a great, I think she did on that take. 1 hard dribble and really bumps Alexander, and as Alexander's momentum takes her out of bounds, then she goes up with the shot.
Kali behind the screen. Edwards will run to the rack. And Puerto Rico, another one and done. Defensive stop.
Canada's got to find some way to get something clean on offense. Right now, they just look a bit disheveled.
Roma, top of the key. Foot on the line, and Guarantes will keep it alive for Puerto Rico. How about 3? Hollingshed, her 2nd downtown 3 ball. That gives Puerto Rico the lead. It's 25-24 midway through the 2nd quarter. Kali's got the size here. A switch by Puerto Rico. Alexander, elbow shot, miss. And Puerto Rico continuing to push the tempo. Pull up Jay, free throw line. Garantes gets another trip to the free throw line.
Great slip here. You can see the bump. Alexander out of the way, and Hollingshed with the finish. Garantes, kick out. Hollingshed, 3, shot ready.
Six points for Garantes, who had 22 and 5 rebounds yesterday against Brazil, leading the tournament in scoring. And so she'll get a breather here off those free throws. Now we'll look for Puerto Rico to sustain, or attempt to. This is where Canada can maybe capitalize.
A little push. Right, but Canada right now just got to figure out how to execute on the offensive end with or without Garantes on the court.
Koenig here on the curl, 3 ball, a miss. Kali goes after it. Prosper driving, dishing. Ejim now having a look at the basket. She will drive on the left and get a lay-in for 2.
Great take.
Coming the other way, Satterfield trying to catch. Canada sleeping, and she will have a 3-point play opportunity.
That's twice Satterfield has done that now, right? After Canada's made a basket, she's already over half and full stride on the way to the basket. Heady play. You see, she's just a step ahead of the defense. Both Ejim and Coley are out of position. Great job here in attacking the left-handed finish.
A miss there for Satterfield, but she got the 2. Kali, other end, laying on the left, no. Koenig spotting up. That one's off. And Hollingshed ending the possession here for Canada. San Antonio attempted there on Koenig. Last touch by Puerto Rico. Canada ball. I'm loving Satterfield right now. She plays for Seton Hall. It's nitty gritty up there in New Jersey, even though that is a private school.
And she's brought that all the way over here to Leon, Mexico. You gotta appreciate it, you gotta love it.
She's gonna get assigned to Prosper here. Well, Edwards takes a breather on the bench for Coach LaPena. And San Antonio will pick up Sammy Hill full court. She got her debut, by the way, at the World Cup in Sydney, Australia. San Antonio, just 19 years old for Puerto Rico. Prosper going baseline. Count them.
You know, sometimes you put the ball in Prosper's hands and she just figures it out, right? It ain't always pretty. But you see there her penetrating baseline, taking the contact. The help comes, and she just says, listen, I'm going to toss it up with my left hand. Whatever happens, happens. It gets her two, and it gets her an opportunity for one at the free throw line.
Prosper, a chance to cash in and get an extra point here. She does. So the 18-year-old Cassandra Prosper makes a three-point play. And that's enough for Puerto Rico to call a timeout. It's 29-29.
And 11 points for Hollingshed. Those are just rhythm shots, and especially for, you know, in times when you're not having a great game or you haven't seen the ball, when you get those wide open shots, the heavens have opened.
Puerto Rico throws this ball away. Streaking is Potter. Quinones there to disrupt. And another foul here by Puerto Rico. So some substitutions here for Coach Batista. San Antonio off, Quinones off, and Satterfield off. So who's back? Antes, Hollingshed, Rosado.
Some heavy artillery.
Potter making her first appearance here for Team Canada. The lefty strokes the first one. Potter playing professionally in Australia. She may have had the longest trek here to Leon, Mexico. 2 for 2 for Potter. Hill on Garantes. Working the screens. Take on the right and draws the foul. So Garantes getting to the line the old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned way.
San Antonio, her biggest fan, right? That is 18-year-old on the bench just watching Garantes go to work.
Think about how much she can learn just from watching one, and just two, asking all the questions in the world to Garantes. Big luxury to have if you're, a young player on Puerto Rico. And sometimes you don't need to ask questions, you just watch, right? Watch a pro be a pro.
Two for two for Garantes. She's got 9 points in the first half. Knotted back up at 31. Neither team really able to differentiate themselves in this contest so far.
Create much separation, no.
Potter at Pagan. Ball taken away. Hollingshed has it, and the ball will stay with red. So here comes the full court press for Canada. Prosper on Garantes. Garantes driving left on Potter. The lay-in is good.
Pagan sets a great screen, and she gets downhill. But what she does on that finish is extends away from the defense with her inside hand and just gets there before Potter could block or contest anything.
Ejim looking for the cutter. Prosper shows up in the middle of the floor. O'Neal with the ball, pushing. Rosado running the lane and passes it to the bench.
Just gets a bit too excited there.
You could see it in her eyes light up.
In her eyes lit up, thinking too. There you see the attack here. And puts it in the right hand, scoops it under Potter to get to the basket. Just a crafty scorer. Crafty.
Naira Fields back on the floor for Canada. Edwards cuts to the elbow. Ejim gets the pass down low. And multiple bodies on that 50-50 ball. It stays here with Canada. Hill, Fields off the block. And they're gonna say Garantes got her. So we're gonna see Naira Fields take her spot on the free throw line.
Good flash there. Everybody was focused on the action on the strong side, and Naira just flashed the basket.
Fields, a 29-year-old guard. One of 6 returners off that World Cup squad for Team Canada. Averaging 13.7 here throughout the tournament. $12 points for Fields. Rosado picks up her dribble, needs some help. Hollingshed trying to get there. Garantes goes backdoor.
Great job by Garantes, just inviting the pressure. Nobody on the backside. And as Fields is playing, denying her, she's riding her up, gets a pass. And there's nobody there but her in the basket.
Field driving right, Hollingshed with the block, Prosper bringing it back. Fields hangs on tight, and Hollingshed can't help herself.
Big time block here.
What an elevation there by Hollingshed.
Seen it coming, came across the key and just said, listen, I'm going to clean this up for everybody.
So with that made free throw, Canada has a 1-point lead. And a timeout here called by Puerto Rico. The last bit of Coach Batista's message there, go hard to the basket. And during that timeout, we saw some stats come up, and Canada out-rebounding Puerto Rico here by 9.
Shouldn't be surprised, right? You have Alexander that's getting on every single board offensively and defensively. Prosper and Edwards down there mixing it up, right? So that's been definitely been a strength of theirs, and it's just hard to keep those ladies off the glass.
So under a minute to play here in the first half. Hollingshed coming for the screen. Dribble in, pass to Hollingshed, turn, shoot. Through the gut, a miss. Edwards with the board. Fields and company here with a 1-point lead. Prosper to Edwards. Can't gain control and will walk right out of bounds. Satterfield here, jogging up. Rosado going to start the offense. About 5 seconds between the shot clock and game clock, and Prosper just riding Garantes too tightly here.
Yeah, trying to fight over the screen. Great job there, but just loses control. You can see, and Garantes just keeps her dribble alive. Canada now in the bonus, putting Garantes on the line for 2.
I mean, this could be a part of Canada's strategy, right? Don't even let Garantes get near a decent look.
Well, for one, you know, leading the tournament in scoring, you've got to be physical with her. You got to be on her shoelaces. You got to beat her up a bit because she can score so well. She's so crafty. We've seen in this game already. And that has to be a part of the game plan is, one, you know, deny her the basketball. But when she does have it, you have to be on her. You have to be physical with her. And to her credit, I mean, the type of player she is, she's seen all defenses already, right? She's seen everything thrown at her, and she's accustomed to teams being physical, throwing bodies at her. That's why she's able to score the basketball at will.
15 points for Garantes. She'll take a rest as the final seconds here tick off in the second quarter. Fields with the ball for Canada. We'll pull up the J in front of Hollingshed. A miss. Ejim gets the rebound. Hill, enough time to do something with it. Takes it into the elbow and will hit it for 2.
Big time shot. Big time awareness and just understand the clock is winding down. San Antonio did a good job of defending, recovering, contesting, and Sammy just elevates into her jump shot, fading to her left, knocking it down right at the buzzer.
So a big positive for Canada here heading into the halftime break. They lead by 1. It's the bronze medal game. The winner of this competition and this game right here will find themselves on the podium going home with hardware. At the half, Canada 38, Puerto Rico 37. We get to look at those halftime stats here, and Puerto Rico shooting much more efficiently from the field.
Yeah, that's the glaring one right there. Canada shooting 25%. Coming out of the half, that number's got to go up. But even more importantly, they're doing a good job on the rebounds. You see the discrepancy there, the big difference there.
Garantes with 15 points, and I feel like a majority of those are coming from the free throw line.
Yep, she's earned them the hard way. And that's the thing, she comes out this second half, she knows the whistle's in her favor. She's going to continue to be aggressive. You know Canada's playing you. You got to stay aggressive.
A look here at the best plays in the second quarter. Hollingshed with 11 points for Puerto Rico, able to convert from downtown and down on the block.
Just showing you she can do it a number of ways. Off the slip there. And again, you see the walk-in three here. And she looks comfortable both ways. She just looks so comfortable. She looks comfortable playing off the basketball. And that's what makes her such a big-time threat, is that Garantes has the ball in her hands for the most of the possessions. O'Neal has the ball in her hands, and she just fits in where she gets in. And Egypt here, a big-time take to the left hand, stepping away from the defense, finishing on the outside, and Prosper just finds a way, right? Gets into the paint, says, I need to give my team a bucket. I'm going to get this ball into my left hand. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to toss it up and see what happens. Garantes using the ball screen and just a change of speed, change of pace, getting in front of part of there and using the inside hand to extend away. Big time block. Prosper sticking with it.
Man, our crew in the back are doing Naira Fields dirty with this replay.
See, I sat that one out. I couldn't stomach it anymore. And Sammy Hill with the buzzer beater there. Great awareness, great time awareness, feeling the defense, and getting up into the shot.
And that shot gets Canada a 38-37 lead here at halftime. Stick around. We will be back at the start of the third.
Unique character. Unique chemistry.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is the peak of the game.
It's the toughest competition in the basketball world to win.
That is why I will be there.
Because when you win for one,
You win for all.
Mexico working around the ball. A feed to Ramirez. She finishes.
That's a great look by Luna and a great cut.
O'Neal pull up three in Pico's face, and there it is.
Answer.
And this answer from Jennifer O'Neal.
Sidestep, three. Wow, knock it down.
Rios to Pren. Little bunny jumper is good.
This time, quick drop, just a quick bucket. Here you see it. Betts, jumps, Prince, bucket. Down here, now she has two. She's attracted to. All Prince has to do now is catch and just make that bucket.
Lara working in the paint for a screen. And Gonzalo says, get out of here.
Get that garbage out of here.
Nope, not allowed in my house. Five-style baseball pass. Montero waiting for it. Other end baseline. Drilling the three from downtown.
Great shot, great read. Who really creates that play is Dantes running down the center of the floor, rim running there.
Boquete has spent more time on the court than any other player in this tournament. The feed to Fontana is good.
That's exactly how you loosen up the defense right away, right?
Brother asking her team, clear it out. Let me spin. Let me go to work. Got him. Another look.
Spinning off the hill as Hill's retreating. Just enough space to get off the floater.
Wants to pull the trigger, pulls the trigger, and hits the bullet.
Here again, Durantes with the tying basket, the shot fake from 3.
Activating the 3 ball here early behind the pass. Behind the back pass to Barani. No one's stepping up. And Barani's going to score on you.
Here's your pass fake and nobody in the paint. Easy lay. Gredera behind the back pass. Fake for Barani, and again.
Side ball game, Perez on the run. It's blocked by Guasmi. Puerto Rico ball. 4 seconds to go.
Shot down the stretch there. Guasmi coming up with a big time block.
And friends, we are going to overtime.
could just, if you're looking at both teams and wondering, well, you know, they haven't really been able to get a rhythm, it's because both teams are actually trying to lock down. Both teams are playing a bit more physical. You know, they're not allowing anything easy around the rim, around the basket. So no team has really gotten a rhythm in this game, right? And that's a big difference is what you're playing for. There's going to be an extra push. You're playing with that extra will, that extra heart, that extra passion.
And Coach Victor LaPeña's team is up now by 1. Yesterday, after the loss to Team USA, he says, our group needs to forget that game really quickly. We're going to come to work. We want that bronze medal, and we believe we deserve it. Canada left off the podium in the 2021 FIBA Women's AmeriCup, while Puerto Rico was the silver medalist. And the shooting arm there of Garantes, who is leading the way for Puerto Rico with 15 points. Boricua's ball. Garantes here, Fields in front of her. Benitez, 3 ball, nothing but net.
Big time play coming out of the half. You have Garantes in that mid post. Defense focus on her and Benitez coming off the screen.
Ejim looking, skips it to Kali. She'll try to counter, and she does. An eye for an eye.
3 for 3. Whatever you do, I can do better.
Garantes here. Kali now in front of her. Here comes the screen. Hollingshed trying to do something with the rock up the gut. Will turn and shoot. Makes it. Hollingshed for 2.
She's so good leaning, fading off of that back foot.
Kali driving right. Sammy Hill, extra pass to Fields. That is good for 3.
That's good basketball. Penetration baseline. Benitez is stepping up from the weak side to help. Kick out, extra pass, 3. You see the last part of that extra pass and Fields teeing it up. That's a rhythm shot.
Rosado, 7 to go on the shot clock. Hollingshed with the ball. She will try from downtown. That one is short. A save? No, a step out. Out of bounds there by Pagan. Ejim. Pump fake, driving left, will lay up on the right. That one was difficult.
Just a great use of angles there.
Rosado. Elbow shot, in and out. Alexander gobbling up the rebound. Calling for it, Ejim had the post. Kali now creating on her own, top of the key, misses. And Garantes with the ball for Puerto Rico. Garantes, 3 ball, in the eye of Ejim.
That's a risky shot, but if that's your leading scorer, you live with it.
18 for Garantes. Hill, who we saw shoot it in the first half. Alexander doing work on the block. A rare miss. Tracks down her own rebound. And Canada going to work with Naira Fields.
That's tough. It's big time. And how about a big time rebound by Kayla Alexander? You can see Naira splitting the defense and just the concentration there. Toss it up, float it up, and get enough air under it to give it a chance.
Edwards back on the floor for Alexander. Fields here will get one free throw.
And how about a happy birthday to Edwards? Celebrating her 21st birthday today.
Well, happy birthday, Aaliyah.
A big happy birthday.
21's a big one.
It's a big one. That's the real one. This one is official.
You're an adult.
Official like a ref with a whistle.
Fields makes it a three-point play, and Canada pushes out in front by 4. Their largest lead was 7 in the first half. Quinones, no one stepping up as she lets the 3 fly. Edwards with the rebound. Colley decides to take it herself from downtown. Knock, knock, who's there? Canada.
And this is reminiscent of that first quarter where the 3-ball was dropping for Canada. They come out here in the third and just some clean, open rhythm shots, and they're just confident taking them. Just look rhythm, they're stepping into them, and they're taking the shots with conviction.
So Canada matching their first half lead, 7 points, and Puerto Rico here calling a timeout. Javon, how does Puerto Rico here stop the bleeding?
Well, they've got one. They can't give up as many open shots as they are, right? The rotations have to be a bit more crisp getting out to shooters, especially when, you know, they're in rhythm. And shooting is one of those things that is contagious. You see one go down, you see 2 go down, and then everybody starts hitting shots. So, you know, when the ball starts moving, the defense has to be a bit more crisp. They got to be in rotation. They got to get on the shoelace. They got to close out, and not just close out wild, but we got to close out under control.
Canada coming out with the full court pressure. Rosado will slow it up. Fields in front of her. Galante's trying to break away from Sammy Hill. And O'Neal now with 7 to shoot. Little skip pass, Rosado in the corner, left alone. A missed 3, Garantes with the rebound. 1 dribble couple, drawing 3 white jerseys. And Rosado will go through the gut. Gets it. Hollingshed on Ejim. And Canada will pull up the J there. Fields on the corner. Hollingshed, get off me. Garantes, 3-ball from NBA range.
Ooh, excuse me.
21 for Garantes.
That's a bad, bad woman.
Pulls the game within 2. Fields will pull up, a miss. Edwards there, the birthday girl with the rebound. Feed to Hollingshed, denied. Ejim there. So Puerto Rico setting up here. San Antonio on the floor now, and Quinones back. Garantes on the wing. Trying to shake Hill. Will spin, shoot, fade away. That one's off.
This is really good defense by Sammy Hill.
Hill to Koenig, 3-ball on the wing and right on cue.
Defense to offense. And Sammy again with the unselfish play, giving it up to get a better shot. Koenig knocking it down.
And then a miscue there from Puerto Rico, a turnover. Ejim will lay it up.
That's back-to-back possessions, right, where you're manufacturing your offense from your defense. Great job by Canada. More importantly, even better job by Sammy Hill, just setting the tone. Here you see Ejim laying it out, setting the tone and just really not allowing Garantes to get where she wants, right? On her like glue. Kick out, extra pass, rhythm 3. And that's been the difference maker for Canada in this third quarter here, is that just that 3-ball, but the quality of shots that they are getting, and we said that coming out, going into the half, that their shots just have to be better. They've got to just start knocking down some of the field goal percentages, got to start to go up.
We're going to try and listen in to the Puerto Rico timeout here. Another look at Garantes. NBA range and beyond there.
Let's do it all.
21 points for number 22 for Puerto Rico. Her team down by 7. O'Neal here, starting the O for Puerto Rico. We've still not seen her get activated here tonight. And Garantes there, too much on that pass.
That's not what you want coming out of the timeout. That's one left for Puerto Rico in this half. This half.
Koenig to Edwards here. The double comes. They give it back. Turn up right in the face of Pagana. Miss. O'Neal with the board. And Agarantes wants to work off Hollingshed. Benitez now into Hollingshed.
Spinning baseline.
Gonna try to go through Kali. It does. The work is complete.
Well, I thought I knew her game, but she showed me something different.
Javon, she looked you up in the eye and said,
in the eye, on her way to the basket, said, no, I'm not spinning away. I'm going through 2 here, and I'm going to finish.
She'll confirm that after the game for us.
I stand corrected. Well, at least I'm humble enough to say it. Give me some credit now.
Javon, it's been great. I mean, listen. Others, maybe not. But we spent a lot of time together, 9 days, 20, what will be 8 games by the end of tonight.
We're still standing.
An honest man, and yes, we are standing. Just like these two teams trying to battle it out for bronze. Fields, free throw line, good for 2. Pretty automatic from that spot.
Automatic, and the center field is going to be that low, right? That's an easy shot. She shot hundreds of those and thousands of those and just workouts, and that's just an easy money.
Hollingshed, Satterfield turning, a little bit pass down low to Garantes, met with a double team. O'Neal trying to do some work. Too many passes, not enough time.
Too much unselfishness, and sometimes, you know what, you don't even have to come up with a steal, but the deflection is just as good. because just that Koenig gets her hands on the basketball kills about 2 seconds, and guess what? You end up with a shot clock violation.
So Canada keeping a 7-point margin here. Jim, mid-range. Hollingshed picking up her dribble. Garantes driving at Hill. The take on the left, a miss. She gets her own board. Let's reset with Puerto Rico. Hollingshed from 3, no. Put back, good. Satterfield. Satterfield perfect from the field today. Koenig drive, dishes. Extra pass to Alexander. Off back rim. Pass intended for Hollingshed. Last touch by Canada. So Puerto Rico now will set up underneath the basket. Aaliyah Edwards checking in before that gets started. And so is Shea Colley. O'Neal trying to do some trickery here. Benita's fighting for the ball. And it will go Canada's way.
Thought we were in Rucker Park for a second.
Show the replay.
Ooh, got it. Thought she had it. That was all pride by Coley, because she said, I'm not going to end up on any YouTube or any memes. You throwing the ball off my backside and getting 2 points on me. That was bigger than basketball right there. Bigger than AmeriCup.
Hollingshed staying tight on Edwards here. 8 to shoot. Edwards drives left, lay in on the right. Biggest lead for Canada here, 9 points. Back down to 7. And a traveling on Naira Fields. Got the ball and then move both feet at once.
Ball's got to go on the floor before that pivot foot gets up. That was probably the biggest thing I had to adjust to when I went from college to AC Edwards, just finding a way. Biggest thing that I did adjust to from going from the college game to playing pro in Europe is putting the ball on the floor before that pivot gets up.
O'Neal mid-range, 2-ball, goes in. Her first bucket of the game.
You watch every player now. After every bucket, you can see everybody looking over our way, looking at the scoreboard, checking time, checking score.
Colley right through the heart of the floor here, and she'll get to shoot 2. Satterfield picks up her second personal.
Had the right idea, but she was still on her way as Coley was airborne.
The 27-year-old guard on the free throw line. Hits the first. Averaged 9.7 points in the tournament. A South Carolina grad. Been playing over in France. 6 seconds, Puerto Rico. O'Neal with the ball. Has to get it up and it's blocked. Colley there, another shot attempt. It's empty for Puerto Rico.
I think Shea Coley is still thinking about that last play where O'Neal tried to pass the ball off her backside. Her pride won't let it die. big time block to close out the quarter.
It's Puerto Rico trailing by 6. Canada has the lead, 64-58. A look at the stats here through 3 quarters. And for Puerto Rico, we saw a lot of momentum, Canada, and it started from beyond the arc.
We also saw Puerto Rico, just a little frustrated with one another. And, when Garantes isn't scoring the basketball, who can step up, right? Who can you put the ball into their hands and they can deliver? And I think that's a big part of it as well. There's some burnout, especially with teams that are defending her the way they are, and, Canada being as aggressive as they are. She's not going to get the clean looks 4 quarters of the game, right? All 4 quarters of the game. So, somebody on Puerto Rico has got to step up and alleviate some of that pressure and force the defense to play a bit more honest, right? And then you can trust your future player, your star player, to close out for you. Big time shot there.
Fields has 15 points for her team. Coach La Peña told his team to forget quickly the loss to Team USA. They want to walk away with some hardware here. Kali a dozen herself through 3 quarters. And 10 minutes to go.
Ten minutes to go, and I'll tell you this much, that travel back home is a lot better with a victory.
Welcome back inside Domo de la Feria and Despina Burton alongside Javon Shepard. This is the bronze medal game between Canada and Puerto Rico. Canada defeated Puerto Rico back on July 3rd. That was in group play, and like Javon said, there's a lot more to fight for here.
Yeah. The only thing you take from that game is the sets. Each team sets, but after that, not much matters.
Garantes, a little cut back door. Alexander at the rejection. Fields gets stopped up here on the other end. Kali losing the handle.
That's tough. Dead ball turnover, just mishandled it there. And a great job by Coach La Peña, just looking at his team and clapping it up, encouraging the ladies to get back. There you see a block shot here, and Sammy Hill overplayed Garantes. She did a great job of getting back door. Kayla Alexander cleaning it up.
Here, Satterfield. Satterfield for Puerto Rico, 11 points.
And hasn't missed, right? And the type of plays that she's getting.
Fields had positioning. Hollingshed with the ball now, gets it to Garantes. Little pump fake, she'll drive right. And she will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Another look.
And you can see nothing easy. Physical all the way to the basket. AC Fields just getting a post position there, fading away from the defense and watching the help side fly by.
Garantes 8 for 9 from the free throw line. Only missed 1 free throw this contest. Half of her points coming from the charity stripe. Fields has the speed advantage here. She will pull up in the mid-range. It's short. Last touch by Puerto Rico. But the officials have two different calls here. And we'll have the clarity. So Canada ball. The opposite official blew the whistle for what looked like was a block. And an offensive. Regardless, Canada gets the possession. Alexander, enough time to spot up. A miss. Garantes and her fighting for the rebound. Puerto Rico has numbers. Garantes, Satterfield, a miss, her first of the game. Colley to Alexander now. A kick out. Colley makes sure she's got her feet in position. And Alexander now, big post play, will be rewarded with a pair of free throws.
She gives you a chance. She gives you a chance every time down the court. She's giving you 2 or 3 looks or extra opportunities. Colley takes that shot in transition, and Alexander, amongst 4 red shirts, comes up with the basketball. That must give her shooter so much comfort in just knowing if you put it up, there's a high probability that if it comes off the rim, I'm going to come down with it.
Six points for Alexander to go with 11 rebounds, and she will step off and get a breather for Coach LaPena squad. Garantes, Sammy Hill trying to stay in front. The high-low action to Hollingshed, and a block on the floor. Colley gonna pick up her 4th.
Yeah, and you've got to give Hollingshed her space to land, her landing space.
Colley in a similar situation yesterday against Team USA, fouled out in the 4th quarter. It looks like Coach LaPena is going to keep her down on the bench for a few minutes here. Garantes off the curl, short. Prosper with the rebound. Ejim over to Hill. Drive, and we'll give it to Ejim. It's off her knee. Loose ball picked up by Rosado and Puerto Rico. O'Neal, dribble through 3. No. Four-point game, 7 minutes to play. Canada, Puerto Rico, battling it out for a bronze medal here at the FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Prosper. She'll get fouled, but O'Neal thought it was a clean strip. Prosper comes for the inbound. And 6 seconds on the shot clock for Canada. Fields shot deflected. Somehow it finds its way to Alexander, and Hollingshed with the foul.
You could see Hollingshed's arm wrapped around Alexander's waist as soon as she gets the basketball. Broken play, but just finding a way to come up with it. O'Neal may have gotten away with the foul there.
Whatever it was, it fired up Fields. And now we're looking at Alexander here on the free throw line. She has not missed from the charity stripe today. Nor did I jinx her. So 8 points for Alexander. Meanwhile, Hollingshed will go to the bench with 4 personal fouls. Ball stays here. Canada with their largest lead, 8 points. And Satterfield will swap spots with Rosado here to inbound, maybe some better success getting the ball in for Puerto Rico. Garantes, and the foul being delivered there by Prosper.
That's just experienced by Garantes. You know, Prosper using her arms and trying to gap her, use her length. And Garantes just sweeps around and just forcing the foul. Savvy play, high IQ.
So that's Canada's 4th personal this quarter. Next one will be in the bonus. And a fresh shot clock now for Puerto Rico to work with. Garantes going baseline. Little kick intended there for Satterfield. Hill with the steal. Fields driving. Satterfield will hop around. Prosper inside to Alexander. One dribble up. Good as gold.
And that's a great job with the ball movement there by Canada. Just swing, swing, swing. And that's Alexander has the matchup. You get into post against Garantes. 1, she has a size. 2, Garantes is tired, right? She's not going to have that extra effort defensively.
O'Neal will set up on the free throw line here, but with that last bucket from Alexander, she has an official double-double.
And here you see Prosper dropping it in, and not much resistance by Garantes.
Coach Batista having to go deep in his bench to try and find some production. This is where Canada's depth has really proven to be their X factor. O'Neal misses them both. Puerto Rico a 10-point deficit. 5.5 to play. Ejin to Prosper in the corner, extra pass in. Fields losing O'Neal, free throw line extended, it's good.
Another simple basket. Shot fake, 1 dribble. O'Neal's out of the frame, and you're walking into a jumper that you've taken a number of times, you've worked on thousands of times.
O'Neal to Quinones. Last touch by Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico here in an impasse when it comes to offense.
You look at both teams right now, and one tank looks like it's approaching E, and one tank looks like it's still at, 60%. And I'm guessing you know which tank is which, Despina.
Let's see who's going to push it into the gas light comes on. Hill, take, dishes, extra pass taken away. Somehow Canada comes up with it. Prosper 3 ball. A miss, and we're running now with Brianna Jones. Hollingshed back on the floor, around the horn. Benitez in the corner, needed that to go down. Fighting for the board was Jones.
And that'll be Canada's ball.
Colley back on the floor with 4 fouls. Takeaway by Benitez. And Hollingshed brings it up for Puerto Rico. She too on the floor, playing with 4 fouls. San Antonio. Benitez on the curl. And just a little bit stagnant.
Yeah, you can see the hesitancy when O'Neal's off of the floor and the ball isn't in Garantes' hands. There's not as much confidence in the other players to just make plays or, break a set or even initiate the offense.
Fields taking that away from San Antonio, a kick ball. And again, San Antonio, just 19 years old, against a veteran there. Naira Fields gets much larger when the ball gets near her. Teachable moments.
Puerto Rico in the zone right now.
Edwards skips it to Colley. Rosado with the steal.
That's 2 turnovers that Puerto Rico has been able to force in that zone. They've got to be able to get out now and capitalize on those possessions, those extra possessions that they're earning.
Down 12, 3.5 minutes to play. Rosado gets blocked. Fields with 2 timely blocks today.
Show me the money.
I'm telling you, Fields has contracted and expanded her body and her contortions this contest. It's been fun to watch. Garantes, extra feed to Hollingshed, block on the ground. Basket doesn't count. Edwards with the personal. And Garantes, no hesitation. She heads right to that free throw line.
Desde la línea de tiros libres, una bola número 22 de Puerto Rico. Aida Mirantes.
24 points for Garantes. 10-point ball game. Fields with the rock. Colley inside to Russell. Double here. Benitez sniffing out the ball. 50-50, and it will go Puerto Rico's way. Another look at that zone that's causing a lot of havoc. Jones, 3 ball. Pop, lock, and drop it. Puerto Rico has life, Javon.
They have life. They have life, and she's got to be disciplined, right? And that starts here by Coley just gambling on the entry of the ball. Puerto Rico gets an advantage. They push it the length of the court, and you have, an open 3 in the corner.
The bench loving that for the Boricuas. Coach Batista says we're still in this. Brianna Jones, 26-year-old forward, one of the key returners for Puerto Rico. That was her first bucket of the game.
And a big one, timely one.
Okay? Tyra, pick and roll. You go here, join the dunker. Please, no more please. The most important is transition defense. Okay? Please, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Play in calm, concentration. Okay, come, let's go.
Puerto Rico, full court press, first time today. We'll try to slow Canada down, and Field scoops up the ball. She will shoot and get fouled from behind. Trinity San Antonio handed that over. And has already subbed off the floor. So Fields with some big free throws. Misses the first. Misses them both. Ball kicked out, tried to be saved by Ejim, and Puerto Rico has possession. Two and a half to play, bronze medal on the line. Puerto Rico with room to make up. And Ejim delivers the foul. We are in the bonus. Both teams now from here on out. So Jones will try to make up for some points here.
And this is a perfect situation for Puerto Rico, right? The two missed free throws on one end. You get two on your end now, the opportunity at two. Oh, well, now the opportunity at one. And you've stopped the clock. Opportunity now to get your defense set.
Misses them both. Alexander not allowing anybody else to come in for that rebound, although she's getting smothered here by Jones. And a turnover. Canada, 5-second call.
That's the first 5-second call we've seen all tournament, but great job by Jones. The pressure, the defense from everybody on Puerto Rico, not really allowing, any outlet passes.
Garante's coming for it. Hill in front of her, asking her team to clear out. Pass, who's there? It is Brianna Jones.
She's come up big in the last 2 minutes here.
5-point game, 2 minutes to play. Fields in Canada out in front. Colley, corner. Hill driving. Benita's there. Contested. Alexander now. And one.
Bang, bang.
The answer.
And are we surprised by this at all? Shot goes up. Kayla has inside position. Goes up and one. I'm not surprised at all here. She just does such a great job just holding that inside position on the defense when shots go up. And it's just a knack for the basketball, right? Picks it up anywhere it is around the rim.
Alexander with 8 points here in the fourth quarter alone. Make it 9. She's owning the fourth for Canada. Backdoor cut, Benitez, mid-range jumper. It goes down. And Canada, Shea Colley moving things up court. Takeaway, no, Hollingshed can't reel it in. And a timeout, Victor LaPena and Canada want to talk things over here. Coach LaPena had a lead yesterday against Team USA. Maybe seeing some things he wants to clean up to ensure this one does not get away from him and his Canucks. Javon, what do you think he's going to say here at the?
Well, for one, you got to get open. You got to be able to get open on the cuts, on the actions that they're running, right? Because you can't be unsettled, you can't be undecisive with the passes.
We talked about Kayla Alexander registering that double-double, 13 points, 16 rebounds. She lets her play speak for itself. Canada with the inbound, 6-point lead. Here comes the double. Wanted to trap, and they get a turnover.
See, that's what, I was mentioning, right? We should have been discussing the huddle there is you're going to expect pressure, but you've got to be able to get passes off and allow outlets, give targets to avoid those turnovers.
Garantes, Hollingshed going to work on the block. No whistle, Canada with the ball.
Prosper there to save the day.
And Colley here, there's some confusion. But Canada keeps the possession. Ball into Hill. Garantes went for the steal, Colley. And one. And that may be enough for Canada.
Colley here, the push from the hip, and I don't know how she finished this, but that's just will. That's just will.
Ice in her veins, the three-point play complete. And a timeout called by Puerto Rico and Coach Batista. The final timeout for Puerto Rico. So 54.3 seconds left on the game clock. You're watching the FIBA Women's AmeriCup bronze medal matchup. Canada out in front. Despina Barton alongside Javon Shepard. We're inside Domo de la Feria in Leon, Mexico. Arelis here to inbound for Puerto Rico. Needing some help. Rosado comes for it to Hollingshed. Galante is a quick cut to lose Prosper. Alexander picks her up. The pass intended for Rosado. Nothing there.
How big time has Alexander been for Team Canada today? You know, the offensive rebounds and here picking up a big deflection.
So Puerto Rico with the inbound, fresh shot clock. 9 points they need in a hurry here. And Canada here playing lockdown defense. 3 off its mark, and Alexander swooping in. And you can feel a bit of an exhalation for Canada. This should do it. Fields, there is 5 seconds on the shot clock, so she will throw up one more. Alexander, no putback. How about one more? Hollingshed blocks it, and Galante is here with 3 seconds to shoot, going right at the rack. Final bucket of the game for Puerto Rico. And there is the final buzzer. It is Canada and Coach La Peña squad who secures their spot on the podium. This Canadian squad will go home with a bronze medal. The final score 80-73.
And what a, you know, this is just a great team effort. And I look at those the first and third quarter where Canada just really shot the 3-ball well. That really gave them a little cushion to play with and fight with, and it was an up and down battle, right? It wasn't pretty. They found ways to come out with it, and I think Kayla Alexander, the type of game that she had on both ends of the floor, there was a number of times where she bailed this team out defensively, was helping to help her, but the amount of offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities that she came up with for her team were extremely important. And for her to be the vet and play the way she did, anchor this team, right? She didn't come out and shoot the ball necessarily well she had a number of shots on the free throw line and that didn't drop, but that didn't influence her play at all. That didn't impact her play at all. She got down, she did all the dirty work, and those second chance opportunities, second chance points was a big difference maker for this team, as well as the bench coming in and contributing. So, you know, all hats off to Canada. They come up with a bronze medal podium finish, and the way they bounced back from an emotional game yesterday, that says a lot to me. That's big time. It says a lot about the character, Coach La Peña, his staff, and just to see these ladies come out and smile again, like there's joy and have fun, and wrap the flag around their bodies and celebrate. This was a special win. This was a good win.
Last AmeriCup, it was Puerto Rico who kept Canada away from a podium finish, and this year, Canada returns the favor. They are now all-time 12-1 against Puerto Rico, and they continue to show us why they deserve a spot. Alexander all over the place tonight.
Everywhere. She did a bit of everything.
Fields laying it in. And continuing to stay engaged. Fields in this front court crew for Canada were a little shook yesterday against Team USA. And today, very little hesitation. The post play superb. Alexander with the monster double-double. She finished with 13 points in the high teens for rebounds.
And Fields here, she had herself, a big game, stepping up from yesterday. Didn't have her best, but today was another day, right? Today was an opportunity at a bronze medal, and she came out and she really played on both ends of the floor. You can see here, deflection, which forced a turnover for Puerto Rico, block shots. She was just all over the place and just played with her heart, played with her passion, played like she wanted to win.
And Puerto Rico was pesky to the finish. Brianna Jones with the 3 ball, and then the lay-in there to cut the lead to single digits. But Puerto Rico ran out of answers for Alexander and Team Canada, who proved why they are the highest scoring team here in the tournament. Canada with the victory today secures a podium finish. They will go home with a bronze medal. They just have to wait for the championship game to complete first. Yep, that's right, Shea Colley and company. We have one more game here inside Domo de la Feria. And then we will announce the All-Star 5. A look now at that final score. Canada 80, Puerto Rico 73. Brazil and Team USA coming up next. Do not go anywhere. For Javon Shepard, I'm Despina Barton. The final score, 80-73. We'll see you for the championship game coming up in just a little bit.